Hi, my name's Ken Benoit. I'm a certified golf course superintendent and executive director of the New York Golf Course Foundation. I recently rode my bicycle around the state of New York, covering over 1,000 miles, to raise awareness of the importance for golf facilities to formally adopt best management practices, which are designed to preserve and protect our water resources. Along the way, I spoke with superintendents, university professors, and PGA professionals about the impact BMPs can have at their facility and beyond. We've also discussed specific BMPs that the superintendents have implemented at their facility. This project was made possible by funds awarded to the foundation by the New York State Turfgrass Association through the New York State's Turfgrass Environmental Stewardship Fund. In this video, we'll be speaking with Golf Course Superintendent Chris Strehl, where he'll discuss the importance of BMPs and also give us some insight into his very successful pollinator program that he's implemented at his golf course. I hope you enjoy the video, and please don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe. Thanks. So, Chris, we're here talking about BMPs. From a superintendent's perspective, tell me how BMPs have helped golf in general. How do you think that's playing out?
Well, I think what BMPs have done for us in the golf course industry in general is it's brought the community and legislators, made them see that we are not just a pesticide dumping ground, that we actually care about the environment, we care about our water, we care about our pollinators like we're going to talk about. There's a lot, and we care about our facilities and making sure that they're safe and protecting our drinking water.
And we can care about those things and the quality of our turf, grass, and playing conditions at the same time,
they can
right?
Work hand
they
in
can
hand.
work together.
Yes, very much so. And I think it's so important going forward in this day and age that we need to get in the forefront of this and show that we are not that typical pesticide dumping ground as we were known as in the 70s and 80s. It's not the case. We've developed our programs, and we are trained, we are educated, we have licenses to do all these things, and we make sure that we're on spot with that and on point with that.
Yeah, and we've evolved with society.
Right.
What would you see as the value in a golf facility saying, I want to adopt these BMPs? I think that's important.
Well, I think for everybody, the facility adopting these BMPs is great for the community. For your local government, right, to show your local town, like, hey, this is what we're doing. We're trying to protect the town's investment in this area, the water source, the nature and everything else.
You mentioned local government. If you're trying to get a permit and you want to do some work out on the property, and you might be getting a little pushback, you can say, listen, here's how serious we take the environment here in our community. We're partners here with you, and we've adopted these BMPs, and it can be pretty impactful, I think.
Yes, it can. Yes, it can. Yeah, it definitely is something that goes a long way with the community when you see people in the community and they talk about, oh, you work at the links at Union Valley. You say, yeah, I'm the superintendent. They say, oh, it's beautiful there. You're doing a great job. Blah blah blah, et cetera, et cetera. And that's what we want to promote. We want to just show the community that we're part of this whole we're vested in the town, and we want to make sure that everything is going to be in the future is going to be sustainable for our families. I live here on site, and I want to make sure my drinking water is just as safe as my neighbors.
That's right.
And it's that simple. And it comes down to that. So we're doing the right things for my customers, my clients, as well as for the environment and the townspeople. So that's important.
Let's talk about your pollinator program.
Okay.
So we're standing in front of what used to be the bane of golf course superintendents, milkweed.
Yes.
But now we've gotten educated and we understand the value and more than value, the importance of growing milkweed for pollinators. Tell us a little bit about your program.
Well, so basically I let it seed itself. I will control some of it in certain areas. Certain areas I let it just flourish, and it's obviously a perennial, so it keeps coming back every year. And it's, as you can see, it's just taken over some of these areas significantly. And this is just a small snapshot of what we're looking at now. I mean, I have acres of it, really, Ken. And just to watch the monarch butterflies, right? They're vital for the production, the life cycle of a monarch butterfly is vital. Milkweed is part of that. If you don't have milkweed, it cannot complete its life cycle. So we realize that here at the Lynx at Unionvale, and my members are on board. You know, they're like, yeah, let's do whatever we've got to do, and make sure that we're doing the right thing environmentally, and promote monarchs, right?
Yeah.
So that's part of what we're doing here, you know.
You know, it's funny. Milkweed used to be mostly prominent along roadsides. I mean, that's where you saw most of the milkweed. And it's ironic it'd be next to a roadside, because butterflies don't want to grow up next to a roadside. They're going to get smashed by every oncoming car is a threat to them. Out here on a golf course, it's such a great environment for these monarchs to flourish. And have you seen the monarch population grow out here?
Yes, most definitely. We've seen you know, the populations go from pretty much nil, where I really didn't see many, to now they're everywhere. You know, we're seeing them by my house. We're seeing them all over the place out here. I mean, there's one flying behind us right now. So it's pretty neat to see these populations increase. But other pollinators, you have your ground bees, you know, we have the sweat bees, we have all these different types of bees, as well as my honeybees, that do use milkweed as a flower source when it is flowering. So it is important to just continue the cycle and keep it going.
Well, you know, speaking of honeybees, I'm super excited to go check out your honeybees. So what do you say we load up and head over and check those out?
Let's do it.
Okay, great.
All right.
Thanks. Now you do. We just weren't connected. Okay, so you can just keep her going. Is my red on?
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm recording.
All right.
And then I'm going to do this little clap thing so that I can link up the sound.
Okay.
So, Chris, here we are at these bee boxes, these hives.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about your program. How long have you been doing this?
Well, I've been beekeeping now for about 7 years or so, off and on, and had some good years and some bad years. You know, the weather in New York can be kind of cold, and you have struggles with the bees in terms of that. But overall, it's been a success here on the golf course. I haven't had any losses due to CCD, colony collapse disorder, which I'm sure a lot of people are familiar with. And overall, we're still producing honey, and you know, contributing to pollination around this area. So it's really exciting and really neat venture.
Well, that's great. So how many hives do we have here?
Currently, I have 4 hives, as you can see right here in the background. Or I'm sorry, 5 hives. The one on the end I was telling you earlier is going to become an observation hive, which is going to end up in my office, so I can observe the bees during the winter, and even during the season, see what they're doing, what's going on. And it actually tells you a lot of what's going to be going on in these hives outside also. So it's pretty neat. It's educational too.
Wow. So you'll have that literally in your office.
In my office, yes.
And you'll be able to, do you ever use that for educational purposes?
Yes. Well, not necessarily outsourced where I have schools come or anything like that, but I have friends that come, and my sons, my kids' friends will come over and they'll check it out, and then I explain it to them what's going on and teach them about beekeeping and about pollinators, how important they are to everything we do, our food sources, everything. So yeah, we do a little educating.
Oh, that's great. Well, Chris, thanks for having us today. Very informative. I have to congratulate you on such an amazing pollinator program. You've got the monarchs covered. You've got the honeybees covered. You've got them all covered here.
Yes.
Really, you're just doing an amazing job, and I really appreciate you taking the time to spend with us today.
Oh, you're very welcome, Ken. You come by anytime, and yeah, this has been great experience, and I'm glad just to promote pollinators and work with the BMP program in New York. It's awesome. Thank you.